This video is going to be longer than the previous ones. It is all the steps associated with using Crinkle Closeout as a closeout manager. So be sure to take your time with it and mark your time on your video playback tool so you can come back to it from time to time. You're supposed to already be logged in to the website here where the Run Crinkle Closeout button is in front of you. Go ahead and press it and it'll load the application launcher. The application launcher is where two critical tools live for you. The first one is called the Data Explorer, and you'll notice when you open it, the Data Explorer opens also. But let's go ahead and minimize that because that's not what we're here to do. The other tool that you can use that we're here to do in this video is called the Bulk Photo Export tool. And I'm going to move this over here, and you'll see this crinkle vertically oriented bar. Just click it, and you'll notice that there are updates coming in. This is where we go to synchronize our photos before we download them onto our PC. And so I'm going to go ahead and let this hurry up and download whatever's current. You can see now there was 59, now there's 30 updates coming in. And while we're waiting for that, notice there are three tabs up here. Sync Status, which it just completed right in front of us. Overview, and we can see how many different things are in our system. And then the Photo Export tool. So let's go ahead and open up, there's only two buttons on the Photo Export tool, Open Folder and Export Photos. So let's go ahead and do the Open Folder first. And this folder opens, and you'll see there's nothing in the folder. And I'm going to go ahead and put the empty folder on the left and leave Crinkle on the right. Then there's the Export Photos feature. And when we click it, you'll see this little circle spinner, and it says, please wait. And you'll notice that this little bar went from left to right, and when that was happening, these folders formed right in front of us. You see it says 10 photos exported. The system can export about 1,000 photos every 10 seconds. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. I'm going to say OK. Notice here's the Ericsson 65 megahertz tower folder. Each project by name gets its own folder. And when we open up the project folder, well, there's nothing in there, such as Southern Link, Microwave, we get a folder for each site ID. These are just demo site IDs like test 56688. So let's go into that site, and we see that we have a Microwave Dish 3 green folder. Typically you would have alpha, beta, gamma, and ground folders. The Southern Link Microwave project uses different lexicon. And if you're using the generic photo system, you'll also get a photo log with a date and a time. That way you can have lots of generic photos. So let's open up this folder. And here we see two pictures. Obviously, these are demo photos. Notice they are already named. And if I double click on it, it'll open it up in whatever you like to view your apps with. It's just a picture of our demo room. And so let's go through that again. I'm going to go back up. There's the folder for the photo log. Up the next level, there's the named folder for the site. Up the next level, all those sites are in the folder for the project. So let's go into the Ericsson T-Mobile PH3. Let's go in deeper. Let's go in deeper. And there's our photos. Now let's go back in the Southern Link Microwave folder. Notice that you don't only have a folder for the site name, you also have an HTML file for the site name. If you double click on that HTML file, it'll open up something that looks like this. And I'm going to scroll back, and that's by holding down the Control key and scrolling the mouse wheel. But you'll notice up here that's just the zoom function of the browser. In this case, I'm in Chrome. And look, we can see that only two photos have been taken, this one, and the rest of the required photos haven't been taken yet, and neither have the 4 optional slots of that photo log. Now let's scroll our mouse wheel while holding the Control button down and zoom in. Here we can see the name of the item on top. Here we can see the comment that the tower hand gave about the photo. In fact, if they gave a really long comment, you can click on that black comment space. It will pop down and show you even more. And if I click on the photo itself, notice it's going to open up another tab right here in the browser. There it goes. and it has the date and time stamp, and I commented on how dusty that keyboard was. We also have photo EXIF data and metadata. Photo EXIF data is the metadata, meaning the date, time, and GPS stamp that we guarantee is inside the photo because Ericsson and Sprint and others require that. So if I click on that, you can see the latitude and longitude of our office. Elevation is in meters. We're in Denver, so that's 1,728 meters, or a mile-high city. And there's the date and time stamp. So all of this data is literally inside the JPEG file when you submit it to your customer. The yellow one is the metadata that's inside the system. And so you can actually see the name of the user and some other things. Metadata in the software is very different than metadata in the picture. And this is how the bulk photo export system works. Finally, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to show you that that's how the folders are organized. So once again, only 2 buttons, open folder and export photos. Here's the big important trick. Leave this running all day. Just minimize it. Don't close it. Don't log out of it. Just leave it up and running. Because if you do, the sync status will ping the server every 2 minutes. And so as you have lots of tower hands out in the field, every 2 minutes, anything new will simply come down. And that way you won't have to wait at the end of the day when you finally log in and they have 500 pictures to send you. They'll be downloading all day long, and you'll just be ready to check at any moment. So just remember, this thing has a heartbeat of every 2 minutes. So just leave it running, and this will constantly synchronize with your folks out in the field every 2 minutes. This is the video on how to use bulk photo export. I hope it's been helpful.